Hello and welcome to today's live English lesson here at AM Language. It's a good day. It's sunny. I'm just trying to look. Yep, it's great. Yes, the video can be found, so I'm just going to share it myself. I hope everyone is doing well. It's a really good day today. It's an ideal day to go out, go swimming. Alejandra, good afternoon. Buenas tardes. I hope you all had a good morning. Sandra, hello. Bruno Okada, you too, hello. Good afternoon. Welcome to today's live lesson. So what do we have in store for you guys today? Today is story time. And the way this works is we're going to try and see how we can say more with less words. So it's very common in English to sometimes be with you're trying to think of what you want to say, and you end up writing or you end up using more words than you need. So we're going to look at something called story time. And in story time, we're going to try and tell stories using as few words as possible. Good afternoon, Evelina. Welcome to today's lesson. You too, Oskana. Welcome to today's lesson. And Irina as well. Lovely to see you back. It's 4 o'clock and I have a cup of tea. Yeah, let's get into it. Irina F, good afternoon to you as well. So, story time. The way this is going to work, I'm going to give you an example of how this can be a good, the way we can create little stories. But the trick is we can't use more than 6 words. We can only create a story with 6 words, and I am going to show you. And from that, we need to be able to try and tell a story. It can be a personal story, or it can be a well-known story, a story that everyone knows. Maybe it's from a film, for example. Now, I'm going to give you 2 examples, and then we can go into it. So, like I said, we want to try and use 6 words, and as we go along, we want to try and reduce the number of words. So, to begin with, can we tell a story with just 6 words? So, how does this look? Well, it could be, for instance, wanted to be king, got killed. Now, there are many stories about kings wanting to, people wanting to be a king and ended up dead. This is obviously a well-known type of theme story. And then you guys can then tell me what sort of films or stories you know that fit that description. So it's a story in 6 words. Of course, if we write wanted to be king, got killed, we could say anything from The Lion King with Scarface. We've got a Shakespeare play such as Macbeth, for example. So we've got plenty of stories that can fit that description. We've got other type of stories as well, and in this case, this is going to be a personal story as well. Feel free to ask questions about it. So let's go for this. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great. So I've got 6 words again. This is a personal story. So went skiing, ended up in hospital. And then we can ask questions and find out a bit more. So we're going to do a combination of I'm going to do a combination of telling stories about myself, as well as seeing if we can try and tell stories about films, movies, or books as well. But the trick is, can you always write with no more than 6 words. If you can get exactly 6 words, then that is perfect. So what I'm going to ask you guys to do is, I'm going to ask you in the live chat here, can you write with 6 words a story? Now you can choose. If you want to do a personal story, you can do. If you want to write a story in 6 words about a story that you think all of us can, all of us know, then please do so as well. And then we can try and guess. We can also ask questions. So if we take, for example, went skiing, ended up in hospital, you might ask, okay, so is this a personal story? To which I would say yes. When did it happen? I might say 2010, for example. And this way we can find out a little bit more. Those type of questions are called follow-up questions. And follow-up questions are so important when telling a story, to find out more. And we want to find out details. So we would ask, when did it happen? Maybe how did it happen, for example? Why were you skiing, for example? These would be the type of follow-up questions. You will see that when you ask a follow-up question, it's got to be a WH question. And you're going to be using either the past simple or past continuous. Okay. So let's have a go. Before we begin, let's do a little bit of an exercise where I'm going to write an incomplete story and you guys need to try and, first of all, you need to try and guess how to complete that story. And then we'll just look at some follow-up questions and we'll see if you guys can complete the follow-up questions. So let's begin with the first one. So I'm going to write the following. Let's go with one, two, three, four, five. No, I've got 5. I need to add something there. So yeah, let's go with that. So that's my little story. Wanted to marry, never did. So no, I forgot. I wasn't supposed to complete it. Whoops, never mind. Right, let's go again. I got that one wrong. Okay, let's go again. Yes, we'll go with this one. Yes, this is a good one. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah. Nope. That's not going to work. Sorry about this. Something's happened to my connection. Oh no, my connection's fine. I don't know what happened there for me. Okay, so wanted to fly, got some wings. Wanted to fly, got some wings. So, no, I've done it again. What is wrong with me today? I keep on writing the whole thing. Walking found 10 euros, bought apples. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well done, Alejandra. Fantastic. That's a great start. Excellent. Is this a true story? Is this a true story? Or is it from a film? Okay, so we're currently trying to answer Alejandra. No, it's not a true story. So is it from a film, Alejandra? Is it from a film? A famous book? Went to Malta, but was back after weeks. Sandra, that's a fantastic answer. I'm guessing that is true. I'm guessing that's a true story. Yes, maybe about yourself. It's a really good story. Went to Malta, but was back. So then we can ask, for instance, okay, so what happened? Would be the following up question to it. And I finally managed to get my thing to work. So I now can actually write what I wanted to write. Yes, it's true. Oh, I see. Okay, so yeah, so we've got this one here. Went to Malta, but was back after a week. So Sandra says that is true. Let's think of a follow-up question for that one, because that's quite good. Was it what happened, I suppose? That was the next question. Yes, it is true. So what happened there, Sandra? We can always go, was it because of the coronavirus? Maybe it was because of the coronavirus. Okay, so I'm going to put my one in now. Okay, so I'm going to put my one in here. So you guys can start asking me questions about this. So I went home because of the coronavirus. Thought so. Really good. Well done there, Sandra. So this is my one. Wanted to and to Malta. So that's my story here. So you guys can now ask me the follow-up questions. And you need to try and ask WH questions in the past. So don't forget, you can use the past simple or past continuous. So just to help you along, I'll write that in. Past simple or past continuous questions using WH questions, question forms. Okay, so that's how you guys are going to ask me about this. So wanted to something to Malta. Let's see what you guys respond with. The follow-up questions is a really important thing to find out more about a story as well. But well done already, by the way. Some really good ones. We have had Alejandro walking found 10 euros, bought apples. Is this a true story? No. I'm trying to think what story that might be from, though. Wonder what it could be. So Oksana says, I prefer when study English at school. Close. We have to change that. So we could go with I prefer when study English at school. So try to learn. I suppose try to learn when to school. It's a really difficult one because we've only got 6 letters. We've only got 6 words, so it can be a little bit difficult. Okay. Right. So let's see if anyone can ask this one here. Want to something, wanted to something, something to Malta. Okay, let's see if you guys can figure that one out and try and ask some questions. Just to help you along with some WH questions. Okay, so we could say when. We'd have to ask questions such as this. So we need to try and complete that question. Okay, so we've got two examples here. We've got a past simple and we've got a past continuous. And this is how you guys can try and develop your follow-up questions. So we've got wanted to something, comma, something to Malta. So we're looking at that one. And then on top of that, we're trying to look at when did this something and what were at the time. Those follow-up questions are really important to look at because that's how you can keep a conversation going. Okay. Feel free to also come in with your own other stories. I'm going to add another one here as well. And then you guys can respond to whichever ones you want to respond to, just looking through the live chat. Okay. Then we're going to start trying to reduce the number of words. And reducing the number of words can be quite difficult to do as well. In fact, I'm going to throw one in now, actually. I'm going to throw in a story of just 5 words. I'm going to throw a story in of just 5 words. And you guys can complete the story for me, actually. You guys can complete the story for me if you want. Wanted to teach English, came to Malta. Yes, Sandra, that is the correct. Wanted to teach. We're not going to be able to go for teaching. It's still going to have to be the infinitive. Now, if you're thinking about yesterday, that could be a little bit different. And that presents an interesting one, actually. Can we get the verb pattern in from yesterday? I'll give you an example of how you can do that. This is another one, if you guys would like to try and finish that story for me. But to respond to you, Sandra, wanted to teaching. Right, we're going to have to change want. If we're going to try and use the verb patterns from yesterday, we're going to have to change it. Let's see. What could we go with? That's quite a difficult one. I don't think we can ever... thought of something. I mean, that's how we could do it. You'd have to do it something like this, Sandra. So maybe we could do it in the present, could do it in the past, but if you think about yesterday's lesson with the verb patterns, we can only use the verb ing depending on the preposition. First, we need the verb, then we need the preposition, and it's not going to be wanted to. We can't do that one. So, so Alejandra has written, got engaged but got married. Okay, now the thing about that is if you get engaged, then the next bit would have to be and got married, but has to be with the opposite. So got engaged and got married. So that follows because and is continues the same meaning, but changes the meaning. So you could say got engaged, but never married, for example, which would be the other one. And one of those is the correct answer for me. Sandra says, isn't it no like yesterday? Do you mean on? Isn't it no like yesterday? On. No, it's going to have to be on, Sandra. So yeah, with the thing about yesterday with the verb patterns, we need to be careful. Now, wanted to is not going to be part of that verb pattern of the ing form, usually, because that's got a very strict structure that usually goes with the infinitive, which is why we need to pick a different verb. And then we have to be careful. So that's why you can say, for instance, keep on or kept on teaching, traveled the world. We could say kept on watching, went to Hollywood, or something like that. We're going to have to be careful about that one. Actually, I'm going to put that one in and see what you guys do, because it does depend on the preposition. Let's see if we can actually together write a story using a verb pattern from yesterday. That could be quite good, and it's quite a difficult one to do. Let's try though. Let's see if you guys can do it. But I'm not going to tell you the preposition. You guys need to try and guess the preposition for this one. Okay, so this follows on from yesterday. We've got moving. This is because we've got the verb believe in the past, believed. If you guys remember, can any of you remember what the preposition for believe is? What it was yesterday. There's only one, and that is the correct one to go with believe, and then you can use something like moving. So here it would be believed, moving, moved to New York. That would be the story. Alejandra thinks it's on. Sandra, do you agree? Arena, do you agree? Or do you think it might be something different? Okay, well done, guys. Thank you very much. The correct answer, though, is in. So don't forget, believe in. In is always the preposition of believe. That's always going to be the case. Let's go again. Ooh, I like this one for a story. So same thing again. This time we need to think of the preposition. Just pick your movie, to be honest with this one. I have a film in mind, though. I have a film in mind with this one. I have a horror film in mind with this one over here. If you can guess it, well done, good stuff. But the preposition of scared, the important thing to know again is the preposition of scared never changes. If that doesn't change, it would be the same as if I said, what's it called? Oh gosh, this is quite a dark one. Again, this is from a particular movie. Alejandra, scared at. Okay, let's see. Do you guys agree? And then I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to try and do some of these, create your own sentences. I should say, though, the preposition of scared is the same as afraid. And the answer is of. So you're always going to be scared of or afraid of. I'll tell you what, guys, here's an opportunity for you. Can you guys try and write a horror movie for me using just 6 words? and we're going to try and guess what movie you are talking about. So, scared of looking, saw a ghost. Afraid of moving, ended up dead. This one, scared of looking, saw a ghost. This would be, which film was I thinking of for this one? I think this one was Lights Out. It's a horror movie. I didn't really like it, to be honest. And then this one, Afraid of Moving, ended up dead. I think the name of the movie was just Don't Move. It was a weird film where people ended up in this house, and if they moved, this guy could kill them. But the guy can only kill them if they move. It's one of those silly movies, really. But of is the preposition. Okay. So let's look at the next one. We're going to try and I'm going to leave you guys the opportunity. Can you try and do this for me? Let's go with one more. This one is just 5 words, a story of just 5 words. Oh, sorry, 6 words. So you've got your little story there. The Nun. Yeah, that's similar to Scared of Looking, actually, I think, isn't it? Yeah, the Nun was a. I don't like those films. They really, really. Yeah, The Nun is a horror movie. That always scares me, to be honest. Okay, so we've got this next one. Now, don't forget, you've got think of in the present, think of doing something in the present. So what happens in the past, or what happens in this sentence, the preposition doesn't change. Now, this particular one, this reminds me of a certain film. Yeah, this does remind me of a certain film. It's one of those romantic sort of films. Or maybe they did leave, actually. Maybe I got the ending of the film wrong. I'm thinking of one with Jennifer Aniston. Well, actually, no, they did leave for a while. This is actually meant to be Friends, to be honest. This is meant to be a thing. Actually, that could be quite a good one. Can you write the story of Ross and Rachel in Friends in 6 words? That could be a good one. Actually, that's a good one. Can you guys write the story of Ross and Rachel in Friends in 6 words? I think that would be a good challenge. I'll write that in, actually. Can you write the story of Ross and Rachel in Friends in 6 words? Let's see if you guys can do that. In the meantime, I can tell you that the answer to this one here is thought. So things to know. Okay, so think of. Of is the preposition of think, and that never changes. That never changes. Or it's always think of. You can also have think about, but there's a slight difference between the two when we would use it. Simple rule, actually. Think of plus an action. Think about someone. I think that's actually a good rule to remember. You think of, then you're doing an action. You think about someone. So I'm going to write 2 stories for you, and you guys need to choose the correct preposition. Don't forget about the Friends challenge, though. So here's one, and here's the other one. Okay. He always was involved. Finally, were together. I like what you're going for there, Alejandra. So I think that's to do with friends, isn't it? So he always was involved. Finally, were together. Yeah. I think there, because it's in the past with was, we just need the D on involved. Finally, were together. So involved, just the D on involved. Alejandra then says in, don't forget with by looking up at the live chat. So you've got two options when it comes to thought. You've got thought of or thought about. Thought of goes with the verb like traveling, for example. It usually goes with an action, something to do with an action. About, most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, it's going to be with someone. So let's see what you guys say about this. These stories have a bit of a sad meaning to them at the moment. But yes, nice attempt, Alejandra. Thank you very much. I think that is to do with friends. Okay. So yeah, just have a little look at this one. Is it thought of traveling or thought about traveling? Never left home. And would you say thought of her or thought about her? Never phoned her. Like I said, thought of, thought about, they can sort of sometimes be the same. But if you're not sure, this is a good rule to follow. If you're not sure if it's about or of, and it's a verb, go with of. If it's to do with a person and you're not sure, just go with about. That's a good rule to know. There are exceptions, but there are always going to be exceptions. But that's a good rule to know. It helps. It works most of the time when you're not too sure of the answer. Okay. This one here, though, thought her, never phoned her. That reminds me of a few films, potentially. I suppose that's also could be even a personal story, to be honest. Thought traveling, never left home. Yeah, that's a common story, though. That could be. There's been plenty of films about people desperate to travel but never could. There's certain ones that come to mind, sort of like childhood, sort of childhood stories there. Okay, still thinking of this one. Let's go with another just to remind you guys. Don't forget, thought of plus verb ing. Thought about plus someone. That's a good rule to know. Okay, guys, I'm going to give you another task. Okay, another task, and what I would like you guys to do is try and write a 6-word story for the next thing. Okay, and the story is let's go with a Walt Disney story, one that everyone will know. There's lots to choose from, but we'll go with we'll go with this one. It's a good one to go for. So, task here: can you write a 6-word story? And the subject is Cinderella. Cinderella is the subject. Let's see if you guys can write a story about that. If you want to answer any of the previous ones, you can do. Don't forget about the preposition. So we were looking at the preposition yesterday when using verbs. And just to remind you guys, don't forget, think of, think about, thought of, thought about. Of usually goes with the verb, about usually goes with someone. There are exceptions, of course, but this is a good rule to know. Okay. And then I'm going to put in my own little story at the end, and I'll tell you a little bit about my own story. regarding how I came to Malta, because it was an accident. Coming to Malta for me was an accident. And my tea is now cold. So, Sandra, with regard to Cinderella, start as a poor girl, ended as princess. Yeah, I think you could. You know what? Ended as a princess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, with 8 words. But you know what? I think that's a really good attempt, though. Ended as a princess. I think. I tell you what. I think that's a really good one. I think you can probably. You know what? You can probably lose a lot of words if you remove start and as and put was. You could then have was a poor girl, was a poor girl. So that gets it down to 4. I've only got 7. I'm doing this in 7 because then I end up with became a princess, which you could do. Or got married. Or found a prince. That would work. But yes, well done, Sandra. I think that's a good one. Cinderella, it is a really interesting story. I never really thought about it much when I was young, but the psychology of the story is actually really, really interesting, especially the glass shoe or the glass slipper. It is a very interesting story. Okay, poor girl became a princess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done, Sandra. You've got it down to 5. I think that's fantastic. Well done. Well done. It is difficult. It is difficult. Well, you've set the bar now. So let's go with the next one. And this time we're going to try and do it in just 5 words. 5 words. Now, Sandra has set the bar. Can we do this in 5 words? And if someone can do it in 4 words, even better. And it might be difficult to do. So let's go with, because there's a new one coming out soon, Jurassic Park. Now, in case you guys don't know, the new Jurassic Park film is being filmed in Malta, which is why I thought of it. Evelina says, is it true that the British drink tea with milk? Absolutely. Definitely. The idea of not drinking tea, the idea of drinking tea without milk, oh, no, no, no. But it has to be of a certain kind of tea. It's got to be black tea. So we would drink English tea, like black tea, and then we put milk in it. If it's something like peppermint tea, definitely not. Most teas, no milk, but there's a certain type of tea, which is a type of English black tea, where you have milk in it, and it's nice. So, guys, Jurassic Park, let's see if you guys can write it in 5 words or less. Can you write the story of Jurassic Park 5 words or less? 5 words or less. It's I mean, I remember watching Jurassic Park. I still think the first Jurassic Park was the best. It's delicious. Thank you, Sandra. I'm glad that you like it. I'm glad that you like English tea. English tea is good. Everyone should try it. It's great. It's fantastic. Always a good thing to have in the day or during the day. Okay, so we've got Jurassic Park. If you're finding Jurassic Park a little bit too difficult, I'm going to throw in another one, and one that I think could be quite a good one to do, Lord of the Rings. I'm going to give a few options, and then you guys can choose which one to do. So you got Jurassic Park. We have Lord of the Rings. Might as well put in Harry Potter. And can I think of one more? One more film that I think everyone know. Oh, wow, Sandra, you've done it in 3 words. Well done. So Sandra has reduced the number down to 3 words. Well, that's impressive. Dinosaurs came back. Yes, that is the story. That is the story of Jurassic Park in 3 words. Well done. Okay. Well, you've set the bar at 3. So now, can we do 3 or less? Can you do 3 words or less? So you got Lord of the Rings and you got Harry Potter. Can you write the story of Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter in 3 words or less? 3 words or less. Could be quite difficult. I think I know. I think I know what I would write for Lord of the Rings. Harry Potter might be a bit difficult though. Can I think of another story? Peter Pan. Peter Pan. Let's see if you guys can write a story, 3 words or less, maybe, with Peter Pan. What was it? I think the last film of Peter Pan, I think it might have had Robin Williams in it. Hook. Yeah, I remember that film. That was a good film. Robin Williams was a very good actor. Actually, to be honest with you, Robin Williams was a fantastic actor. He was in so many good movies. What's the film with him? With Matt Damon? Goodwill? No. Goodwill Hunting? Maybe. Okay, we've only got 4 minutes left. Let's see how you guys do. Can anyone write Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter or Peter Pan in 3 words or less? Three words or less. Okay. Be a quite difficult one, but I've got one for Lord of the Rings. Okay, I'm going to put mine one in. It doesn't tell the full story, but Ring Destroyed, that would be my one for Lord of the Rings. Peter Pan. I can only do that one in 3 words. Grew up eventually. So Sandra, Muggle, Wizards, and a boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done, Sandra. Bruno Okada, dinosaurs came back in Malta. Yeah, that's going to be the next Jurassic Park film. Yes, that's going to be the next story. Peter Pan, yeah, I just put in grew up eventually. I can only do it in 3 words. Okay, guys, and that brings us to the end of today's lesson. Thank you very much. Sorry about the slow start. Slow start to the lesson. Didn't get. Yeah, sorry about the slow start. Nonetheless, I do want to thank some of you. So, Alejandra, thank you very much for your contribution today. Really well done. Sandra and Bruno, thank you very much for your contribution. Evelina as well. Oksana, thank you for your some of your sentences. You too, Arena, and you too as well, Arena F. So yeah, well done. So something to remember, guys. Don't forget the preposition of think is of and about. The prepositions of scared and afraid, those are adjectives, is of. Okay, I'm going to write that in there. So scared of, afraid of. Think of / about. So those are the main prepositions I want you guys to remember and believe in. You're welcome, Evelina. Have a very nice evening. Irina, you two have a nice evening as well. As for sorry, as for the rest of the week, I'll be back tomorrow, same time. And tomorrow we're going to look at News English. What are they saying? That should be quite interesting, actually. That one. Okay, guys. Sandra says, good afternoon and enjoy the sun. Thank you very much, Sandra. You too, Alejandra. Thank you very much. Lovely to see you and have a really nice evening. So, guys, please make sure, like the video, share it with people, share the channel with people you know who want to learn English, and make sure you subscribe if you are new. I will see you tomorrow, same time, and we're going to look at a range of different language tomorrow as we look at one or two news articles. It's going to be good for all levels. There's going to be something for each level as well. So thank you so much. The one thing I would say, though, is if I am late or if things don't go well tomorrow, that's because I'm not going to be in my usual location. I'm going to be at school doing the live lesson tomorrow. So hopefully it works. But if there's any problems, it's because I'm in a different location. Thank you so much, guys. Take care. Bye for now.